Remember when they made a Mad Max movie without Max in it, and it was a total disaster and nobody watched it and the movie totally bombed at the box office? Remember how it was basically a case study in totally not understanding your audience or even what made your own IP successful in the first place? Well, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I present to you Exhibit B, God of War LAU, the latest installment in the long-running franchise that just got unveiled at Sony's State of Play event a couple of days ago. A game that's already stirred up the fan base and the entire gaming internet into a firestorm of rage and backlash.
And it's things like this, man. You think surely there's no one actively saying like, what is this? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Everyone co-signed this. Everyone co-signed it. This is what gets on my nerves. You always like just make another IP, make a new story, rather than just race or gender swap everyone for the sake of what at this point? Do you know what I'm trying to say? I don't even know what the point is. Craziness to me, man. So everyone that knows God of War, and now you've got LAU, however you say it, God of Law. Like, what is this? Wyona Earp, Van Helsing, like it's got to be a woman. It's got to, like, just make a new story. This is crazy to me. Crazy.
And seems destined to do for the God of War franchise what Furiosa did for the Mad Max saga.
Spoil it. And the thing is, this woman that's playing this, I think you could all recognize her face. Why have they made her look like Gollum? She don't look like that. Like, why have you made a good-looking woman not so good-looking by making her look like Gollum? This is what they do as well. Hollywood and the gaming industry. I don't know what's going on, man. I really don't.
Why? Well, it's simple, really. It's a God of War game that doesn't actually have the God of War in it.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
I mean, okay, there's other avenues you could explore in this world, I guess. I think most players would have accepted a game about Atreus and what he does with his life.
There you go, Critical Gamer. There you go. The original video will be in the description. You know, if you want to watch it without me, it's a reaction note. You know what I'm trying to say? While also talking about the subject, this is a God of War game. We've been seeing the child or the son, the boy. We've been seeing the boy in it. That's been a joke on the internet. How many times he says boy, boy, boy. You know what I mean? So that would have made sense, right? Or even if he had a daughter. You know what I'm trying to say? But it's his dead wife. Crazy work.
After parting company with his old man, the ending of Ragnarok definitely left that kind of storyline wide open. Instead, though, Sony decided to release a game about Kratos' dead wife Faye, or LAU, or whatever the fuck she's called. Anyway, God of War.
Look, why have you made her look like that? What have you done? And this is the one that was in she's been in lots of things. Daredevil, lots of different, like, she's a good looking woman, innit? I like her redhead as well. What is this? What is this, bro? You're trying to make her look like she's a baghead or something. I just don't understand it, bro. Like, you tried to mix her and mix Gollum at the same time.
Quest for Laundry apparently spans the events of God of War 2018 and Ragnarok, and picks up immediately after Faye's funeral, where she finds herself in the afterlife with all the other dead gods, deities, and where every other belief system somehow all exists in.
I'm going to be honest, right? Just trying to put on my devil's advocate hat. It doesn't sound like a bad story. Dead, woke up in the afterlife. Like, there's a lot of things you can do with that. That should have been like some flipping, I don't know, what do they call it? Like downloadable content or something. Or, you know what I'm trying to say? Not a whole game. Not a whole game in its own right, where the God of War's not in his own game. This should have been like some extra content or one of the add-ons, or what. I'm old, so I don't know what it's called, but you know what I'm trying to say? That's what they should have done. But here we are with a God of War game with no God of War.
The same dimensional space. Fuck me, I can't wait to see Mormonism represented there. Show us the gold tablets, guys. Anyway, Laundry Lady goes on a long and probably very violent journey through the afterlife, beating the shit out of the gods and monsters that exist there with the help of a talking cube of jelly named Frank. And yes,
before he says what he says, in case you think I've watched this already or something, yeah, what is this infatuation with having like the buddy or the AI, or you've taken the man out of it, but we'll still have you know, a man's voice and character, just a sidekick. Not even the son, you know. That was a great point that the critical gamer just made there. Not even the son, the dead wife. Like, it's not even a bad idea when you kind of just take away everything else. But as I said, this should have been like some extra, you know, extra content or a very small branch off thing, if anything. You know what I mean? It shouldn't be billed as the next God of War game. And as I keep saying, you know, God of Law or God of LAU, however you say it.
I'm being absolutely serious here, so that she can save Kratos and Atreus from beyond the grave. You know, when you just read something like this and think to yourself, why? What were they really expecting to achieve here? I mean, was this a story that really needed to be told? More importantly, was it a story that anyone really wanted to hear?
And that's the big one. That's the big one. That's the big one, because who asked for this? Like, it's just like in Marvel when they tried to, you know, front stage all the women, you know, MCU and all that kind of stuff. That was hilarious. Nerdrotic and some of those people, even Critical Gamer, you know. What I'm finding now though is it's like some of these people. I was just watching something last night actually from, is it Nerdrotic? Big him up. But like, I understand that I'm not one for race or gender swapping either, right? But at the same time, it don't mean like, I don't know, do things that are like, I feel like some of the comedy you're trying to make is a bit stereotypical. Like, you can say this character shouldn't be black without you doing stereotypical comedy, if you know what I mean. I'm not gonna get my you know, my knickers in a twist too much, but at the same time, I have to point it out, innit? So then I'm looking at man like, do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I hear your first argument, but where are you going with all this other stuff? You know what I'm saying? Where are you going with all this? You know, we're gonna make a black. What did he say he's gonna do? I mean, don't get me wrong. Was it Black Snake? They made a song and it was very like stereotypical, and then it was something else. I can't even remember, to be honest. But I'm kind of going off.
Because I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that when you think of a God of War game, you're probably going to imagine a big, angry, muscular, bald man who grunts a lot, tearing the shit out of anything and anyone who gets in his way, and maybe sparing a vague thought for boy.
Yeah, I told you, innit? You lot are gonna think I've watched this already. I'm just bloody what done with my. Oh well, yeah, I didn't. I promise.
Boy. You're probably not going to think of a depressingly mundane-looking middle-aged woman who looks like the devs applied a 1980s Scottish housewife filter to the mocap actress, swapping quirky Marvel banter with a talking cube made out of jelly and voiced by Jack Quaid. Because truly, if you need some kind of unthreatening, unassertive, pussy-adjacent whipping boy for your story, then
I dig up the Critical Gamer, man. He's big for a reason, man. He is good. He is good. Just like Nerdrotic as well. Don't feel like I don't think he's good. I just feel like it's, I don't know. I feel like some of the outrage is warranted, but some of it seems a little bit more than that. If I'm gonna say so. Yeah, this Donny, I mean, Jesus Christ. It's just not what you want to see on God of War, let's be honest.
there really is no one better. The point I'm making here is that this franchise has been entirely defined by Kratos and his personal journey since the very first game, and trying to port that kind of long-running audience investment over to a new character that was only ever mentioned in some pretty brief flashbacks up until now feels like it's really not going to work for you. You're choosing to fight a battle that you can't win on a battlefield that's completely not advantageous to you. What do you think's going to happen? And yeah, let's be honest here, there's the whole modern audience thing to consider as well. Gamers, just like film and TV fans, have had some pretty unpleasant experiences.
Have made her not look like herself. Like, what do you reckon she thinks of this? Like, hold on, is that what I look like? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, what? She might not be everyone's cup of tea, but she don't look like that, is what I'm trying to say. It's like you've made her worse.
Experiences over the years as their favourite male characters were swapped out, killed off, or just forced to step aside and make way for a collection of prickly, unpleasant, arrogant, invincible girl bosses that nobody asked for or liked. There is
Nobody asked for and nobody likes. It's the reason why the Marvel, that flop, that sunk Marvel itself, all this MCU bollocks. You have to, at the end of the day, like, do what the customer wants. This is why sometimes it's not even the specific argument. It's just the fact that why should we even have to put up with certain things? It shouldn't even be in existence. Make new stories, do some other things, and stop trying to retell and project in these avenues of content, films, games, whatever it is.
Result, years of great storytelling and emotional investment flushed down the shitter. And for what? So the devs can pat each other on the back and tell themselves they're making.
Like, look at this, man. Like, who's the woman and who's the guy here? Like, you wouldn't even tell. I mean, look at my man. I mean, I'm one to talk where we're doing up moves, but I'm just saying, I'm just not in shape. This guy's half a woman. I'm doing too much, but it's just a joke. Look at the stud over here on the right. Like, what's going on? Everyone sat down and thought this is okay. This is all right. It's baffling to me.
Gaming more inclusive. You know, if I was a cynical man and my experiences with modern entertainment have made me thus, I might suggest that this whole game could easily be a cheap attempt to reframe Laundry Lady as the real hero behind the events of Ragnarok, saving the day for Kratos without him even knowing about it.
Fuck.
Then again, I could just as easily be wrong about that, and I hope I am, because the God of War series has been fucking fantastic in recent years, and I don't want that to stop now.
Well, it looks like it just has, my friend. It looks like it just has. Let's be honest, man. Who asked for this? And if you can prove it, show it. If there was like a million emails, a million letters or whatever getting sent, thousands of women saying, why are we not represented in the God of War? Show it to me, man. I bet you can't. So again, projection. This is what I don't like. That's the shit I don't like. You might be wondering what I'm doing, or you might be clocked on to know what I'm doing. Come on. You know what I'm saying? We are putting it together. And we're killing two birds with one stone. Don't say men can't multitask.
Either way, though, I think this is where a lot of the backlash is coming from. Like it or not, the God of War franchise, with its insane levels of over-the-top violence, overarching themes of revenge, honor, personal growth, and fatherhood, has always been aimed squarely at one demographic: men. Kratos is like the ultimate male power fan.
What's that chocolate? Is it Yorkie? I used to love that as well, because it's made for men. You know what I'm trying to say? It's like, I don't know, we're going to something that's predominantly Barbie. It's not about, we've got a Barbie movie that's about Ken. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, what? So I hear it. I understand, like, the outrage. What I was saying earlier is I just don't like the stereotypical extra comedic stuff, that there's no need for that. And if your ears are open, you can hear it, you can see it, and you're like, right, is this what you really think? Surely? Maybe they're being forced into things like that because of what's being forced onto them, but we're doing a bit too much waffle.
Fantasy in a physical sense, but with something deeper and more conflicted beneath the surface that keeps them interesting. That doesn't mean women can't and don't enjoy these games, but it does mean that men are by far your target audience. And the moment they get even a hint that the franchise is being pussified, that their favorite hero is being pushed aside in favor of someone more diverse who appeals to modern audiences, or that they themselves
Like, I get it. That's what I'm trying to say. Modern audiences being woke, being pussified, but yeah, I don't want to be hearing about, what was he trying to say? He was trying to, make Game of Thrones into some like black thing. And I'm just like, well, now you're kind of just, I don't know. I can hear what you're trying to do to a degree, showing how silly it is. but it also seems a bit, yeah, we're not gonna say, well, we are saying what we're saying, isn't it? It seems a bit racist to me, or it seems a bit like this is, wouldn't even say racist, more just like that's what you really think, innit? That's what you really think when you're talking in a certain way and doing all things like that, the stereotypical black stuff. Do you know what I'm saying? But let's continue.
Themselves are being disrespected or taken for granted, then they can and will fight back. Like I say, it feels like Sony have chosen a battle that they can't possibly win with this one. And in fact, it's probably going to result in heavy losses all around. I don't know, man. Maybe the real God of War was the laundry we did along the way. Anyway, that's all I've got for today. Go away now. Remember when they...
Remember, we won't just wheel it all the way back, man, but big up the Critical Drinker for that one. Let me just make it clear that it's not a race thing. You know what I mean? Do I feel like certain things are a bit out of taste? Yeah, I do. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, that's what I think. In terms of this particular project, God of War with no God of War, not even the Son of War, it's the God of Law. Do you know what I'm trying to say? That's you've gone mad left. No need to do that. Just like the Helen of Troy, no need to have a black woman there. Of course, that's going to be controversial. You know what I'm trying to say? So I just wanted to make that clear because, you know, my opinions on how certain people do their content is my opinion. You know what I mean? But my opinion on the matter is no, don't race swap, don't gender swap, just make new stories if that's what you want to do, you know? But anyway, until next time, views, tube, make sure you're liking, subbing, subscribing, of course, sharing, and if you can, hype your boy up. And until next time, we are out, baby.
You borrow my car now, don't wreck my shit.
Man,